Right. Every 3 years or so, I have to relearn this program because I get very excited about the possibilities with it, the music I heard that's being made by it, and I just want to get into it. But because of that impatience, the other side of that coin is that I just want to finish tracks, right? And I'm already fluent in Ableton, so I kind of fall back on that every now and then, and just go back into Ableton and forget about Renoise. But the will to eventually master Renoise comes back every now and then. I don't know. I don't know if you can relate, but yeah, that's what's happening with me at least. But now I've made a decision to at least get a bit more fluent in Renoise, and I've worked up my skill set to a or level of skill to where I can actually already smell the possibilities of being very fast in this program, and perhaps even faster than any other more traditional DAW. Yeah, it's really nicely laid out. It feels like it's kind of, it turns your computer into an instrument. Maybe it sounds silly, but that's how I feel it. It really makes very good use of the keyboard, and just really as if it's really for a computer, right? It doesn't leave you wishing for much more. So let's make some music. Maybe some IDM, glitchy dubstep. I'm not quite sure. I want some wubs in there. We're going to use Serum 2. For the drums, we're going to be using Nerve also by Xfer, which is one of my favorite old plugins. And yeah, it's old, but I get a lot of use out of it still. It sounds good, and it's also very intuitive to use, like hardware. So was there anything else? I think, yeah, depending on how long this will take, because I'm not an expert, but depending on how long this will take, we might also have a look at sampling audio straight into Renoise and mangle it from there. So let's start with the drums. Going to the plugins here, select Nerve, make this a bit bigger. Just check I'm recording. Okay, good. And I'll set the BPM to 135 maybe. That's a cool kick. Let's start there then. No, maybe not so cool actually for what I'm going for. Right, so if you've seen any of my videos, I always start my drum beats by placing 2 kicks here, and then I will go with some type of snare either here on the 2 and 4 or on the 3 like that. And I think for the type of thing we're going for today, this is a better option. Now, what I said about the hardware feel about Nerve is, for example, want some hats, want to pan them, boom, want to pitch them, remove those last 4, put some others, change the kit. Oh, that was quite cool. There's one in here that I know works. But let's put it on the 2nd kick. And use the 1st snare instead, or both. No. pretty good. Let's make the kick a bit snappier by using these pre-calc effects, which are very cool and effective way of altering the individual hits quite fast and quite drastically. Nice. Maybe we can stretch this out a bit to the other side. It didn't do what I was hoping for, but I like it. Let's make the symbol snappier too, maybe just by changing the envelope. That's good. All right, so we're somewhere in the ballpark of where I want to go with this. Renoise has this very handy feature of where you can kind of render the plugin to a sample, which is very handy, but Nerve has that built in too. So for this one, let's use that. So if I hold here, you see the second from the bottom, it says Shift Alt Command drag to host equals render mix to audio. So Shift Alt Command drag, load that one. So there's our beat, there's our loop. I will just remove Nerve now, and if I set this to forward loop, hit C, but up an octave. Pretty cool. Let's turn the loop off for now and use the slice feature, the auto slice feature here. So it did that for us. Now if I have to go down an octave. On C3 is the entire loop, and on C sharp is the first hit, D the second, etc., etc. Right, so what we can do from here is to actually select, right, C3 is the whole loop, C sharp through D4, we can select all of those and right click, destructively render the slices. So now we have separate audio bits, separate audio files for all of those slices, while still maintaining the entire loop. And why this is so useful is because these modulation chains and effects chains now open up, rather you can assign all of these hits to individual mod chains and effects chains. So that's very powerful. And you can also change the loop individually per hit, which is very useful for glitchy type of sounds. So let's come back to this soon. Let's just program in a quick beat, and then we will go and fine tune these samples one by one. So let's go. Oh my God, that was not what I meant to do. Turn that off. Okay, let's put in a kick there. Let's lower this to 4 maybe, so that it doesn't jump too far. And let's do some, classic dubstep type of thing. So and there again. Cool, let's select all of that, copy it, and Command P to paste it all the way down, although in this case Command V would have been sufficient too. Cool, from there of course let's do that one. No. There. So instead of having this last snare here, let's instead put in our entire loop, right? So if we loop this last bit of the pattern, but let's not have it start from the kick. Let's go into the sampler and see exactly where that so-called snare is. It seems to be here on 80. So if we use the command, if we use the command S and then set that to start at 80, I think that might sound quite good in context of the entire thing. Not bad. It's a good start. Let's program in a few more of those hats, maybe. Yeah, maybe something like this. No. This is a bit silent for long. Let's see what could fit there. Maybe a roll of some kind. And then 3 of them here, or the next ones. Let's do the same. Too big of a jump in volume between those 2 hits. All right, so we have this going. Now we can go and edit, go in and edit these individual hits, like this one. Let's loop it, for example. Let's go forward. And this one that we just created a roll, let's in fact remove these hits and just put that on a roll too, maybe forward also. And let's set all of these, select all of them and set the new note action to cut so that it actually stops the sound whenever a new hit, when new event comes in the pattern. It's going a bit too far. Let's maybe set this to, let's snap it to 64ths maybe, and move the sample start and end position to, well, this is not going to do much, is it? To another part of the Sure, that's fine. Let's set this to a different modulation set. So I'm going to click here on the little arrow and then create and assign new, and we'll go to 2, and as you see now this has this window now displays all the other hits to be set to mod 1, which they are by default. So this one goes to mod 2 now, which means that we can add envelopes and things to this hit only. So I want some release on the or sustain and release rather on the on that ratchet. So that's quite good. It's a bit too much. Okay. All right, let's mangle some more stuff. This one maybe looks like a good contender for looping. So let's go ping pong on this. Set that one there maybe. That's cool. Let's normalize this one. No, let's not normalize it, but let's pull up the decibels a bit, like so. You can pan it here too. Let's pan this one also. Maybe we can add some reverb to the snare. So this time we choose the FX instead and create and assign new, and make sure that this one is set to 2, because the rest is all set to FX1. So in here, I'm just going to choose my go-to reverb, which is by Tone Boosters. Well, nice. That was a mistake. What happened there? I don't know what happened there. Let's go back. Must have pressed something there by mistake. Now this is cool. I just wanted to come on every second snare only, and instead of copying and duplicating, I've done stuff here. It didn't really work the way I wanted to copy these things over. It created a mess in the key zones. So let's not go in there, but we could. That's number one. Let's put our loop. Right, is it the first one that I want anyway? Yeah, the second one without. So let's put our entire loop there, but let's have it start also from the, where are we? From the snare, which is actually, is it what we did there? Yeah, okay, so let's do that here too. S80. Because that sample is not going to any reverb, right? All right, that's not the thing then. So this is the snare, is it? Or is it maybe not just exactly on the 80? Yeah, it is. All right, I'm gonna try 40 for this one then. Much better. And then we can turn it off there to only have the I'm quite satisfied with that. Maybe there's just, I just want to do one type of pitch envelope thing on any of these. Maybe we can duplicate this pattern and do it on the second one, because that one sounds quite good the way it is now. So here, looping it. Right, so we have that one off there. So that gives us a bit of silence until the next hit. We can let's do that one. Let's put on loop here. So that's D4. Right, so let's make this tight. Let's turn off snap. Just remove that silence, zoom out again, and let's put a loop like forward. Cool. Let's set this to its own mod chain and go to pitch and drop an envelope on there. Sync it to our grid by hitting this clock there. I'm going to set it to 1 beat, I guess. Open up the editor, remove that. Let's just see what this does. All right, so let's make it longer. Maybe set it to lines. Maybe the other way around. From low to high. What happens if I shorten this? Can I do that? No. What does this loop do then? Nothing. I mean, nothing that I want. Let's leave it there and then just give a note off there. Let's listen to the whole thing then in context with this one off. Cool, let's just make a little different turnaround here at the end of this one. So this one can maybe start from, what shall we say? What shall we do? That's 80, let's go from 60 maybe. 60 or A0. Yeah, that's good. Cool, so those are our drums, I think, for now at least. Let's drop another plugin on there called Enhancer. I like tone boosters because they're priced extremely well. I think they sound very good, and I think they're still doing that thing that like unlimited demo. You download it, there is a pop-up that you have to click away every time. And I don't think you can save any presets. That said, they are very well priced and they sound good, they're worth everything, but yeah, that's all. I'm not affiliated or anything. I like this preset usually on drums. Let's listen to it. Cool, I'm gonna save this. This is 13 YouTube. Let's open up a new instrument here. I'm gonna take, well, before we're gonna program in a melody, I think it's cool to just sample something that will kind of dictate how you will program your melodies in. So let's use Serum 2 now. And I'm gonna choose the spectral engine, I guess. Yeah. Tonal ones, and choose something. There's one of these, I'm not quite sure. Let's go up an octave. No, that's not it. Let's browse through some of these. It's a bit loud. This one I used the other day, so let's not use that one again. Wow. All right, let's do that. Let's see if we can alter it. Well, not to our advantage at least. They're also not. I will leave it as it is, yeah. So, let's, with that selected, having played the note of C, I will now render this plugin to instrument. Set this to 24. Yes. Cool. Let's just get one in here on the first. Yeah, let's see what that does. Copy that. Oh, maybe that was wrong. Let's see what it does. Seems right. Let's try that. Set this to half. I don't know. Let's put some reverb on there and see if it works. Which one now? Something more creative. Valhalla. Valhalla is good for this. I hear a little click. I wonder if it's from our pad. No, it's from our drums. That one. See, it really? Could it be? From our loop? Is it this off message that does it? Is it? Let's put it there and see. That's better. Okay, cool. All right, cool. So that's our pad for now. Let's use Serum once more, because how this turned out now was with big gaps between the pads, which makes it obvious to fill those gaps with bass. So let's get Serum 2 in here once more. And now I'm just going to choose from Serum 1, I guess. I haven't really explored all the wavetables of the second one yet. But I'm very pleased with this update. It is really a good update, isn't it? So let's set that there. What I'm doing, I'm going to go through a few of these wavetables, and I'm just going to set this approximately to how I want the wub to behave, and scroll through the wavetable to see if I find something that's good. And I forgot to set this to dotted eighths. Right. All right, let's go down an octave, for example. It's already good. These are cool because I don't like it when it gets too distorted. You know, we want something deep. I'm sure there must be some in the new one too that we can compare. This one maybe? No. Well, this is not bad, but this is for another track. Flute. Oh, that's cool. Lately bass. It's actually not bad, this sound. What if we go with some distortion on there too? I said I was not going for distorted, and look at me now. Nah. I guess we should keep it conservative with those harmonic signs. Sign with benefits. And what are those benefits? All right, whatever. I'm just here, digital. I guess a little bit of distortion hasn't harmed, does no harm. All right, let's see what we have. Can we go down another octave? I think I have to, because it's some type of, there's some dissonance. I might have to tune this pad a bit to make it fit the bass. That's it. All right, let's do that. Put an off message there, I guess. No, one later, here maybe. And that one there. That was not bad. Let's loop the second half of the pattern. And then maybe, yeah. Oh, that was very off, wasn't it? But I think I'm gonna favor the bass over this hit, honestly. And have it ring out. Cool. All right, let's put an off message here on the start of the first pattern so that it doesn't come back every time it loops, and let's call this wub. All right, can I see how long this video is already? Probably, but I can't be bothered at the moment. The last thing I wanted to show was to sample straight into Renoise. So I have a plugin called Blackhole. There are others that I don't remember by name at the moment that do these internal things. I'm sure you might be familiar with what I'm talking about. If I come up with the most popular one, I will drop it in the comments or in the description. But this one is, it works well for me. So I've set the in device on Renoise to take in audio from it, and I've set I have to set this one here actually, the output of the computer into Blackhole, and here we have the archive, and I've been experimenting with some of these public domain audio books. So let's just, I don't know what this is. The other day I did one with Sherlock Holmes. Turned out quite nice.
Responsibilities by William Butler Yeats.
So let's go back into Renoise.
This is a LibriVox recording.
Go to our
All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain.
And
for more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org.
There you go.
In dreams begins responsibility. Alt play. How I am fallen from myself. For a long time now, I have...
All right. Let's. I'm gonna here in the sampler. You can just hit record, and it's listening to the input, and we can set the levels here. But it sounded quite okay, didn't it? So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna hit play.
Not seeing the Prince of Chang in my dreams. Hong Fo.
I'm sorry. I can't do it with that voice. Something else maybe. No, this doesn't work. Electronic Mind. Did I try this already?
Barbie perched on the edge of a chair and listened at...
I think I will just have to find Sherlock Holmes again, because it was a very good narrator. Moby Dick, maybe?
Leviathan, the piercing serpent, even Leviathan, that crooked serpent,
yeah.
And he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea. Isaiah. Quote, and what thing soever besides cometh within the chaos of this monster's mouth, be it beast, boat, or stone, down it goes all incontinently, that foul great swallow of his, and perisheth in the bottomless gulf of his paunch. Holland's Plutarch's
All right,
Morals.
enough.
Quote, the Indian Sea breedeth the most and biggest fishes that are, among which the whales and whirlpools call...
And I will put my headphones back on so that I can adjust the volume if needed. All right, so now we have it here in our sampler. You can have a listen, hitting Z. Oh.
Isaiah.
There you go.
Quote, and what thing soever besides cometh within the chaos of this...
All right, there's many things to do from here. I will just hit slice. And maybe we can copy our drum. I will copy the drum information like so. Go to the top and, oh, that's the wrong one. And put it in like there. And this recorded sample is number 3. So I'm just going to go in here and put 3s at the end. And this is nice because this is going to be a big surprise, right? We don't know.
Thing soever side. Soever thing soever side soever thing.
All right, not awesome. Let's put some these sample start commands in here. Do something like that, and then I guess I will select all of them. And if I do, what shall I do? Let's set the last one to 80, which should be halfway through the sample, and then select all of them, and then Command I. Let's solo this.
I think soever they side, soever Isaiah. I think soever they side, ever Isaiah. I think soever they side.
All right, we can add another column here, and this one I will use the C command, which kind of chops the samples to whatever value you specify it to. So let's set this on every other maybe. Like so.
I think soever they side, soever Isaiah.
Let's chop it. Some
I
other
think
value.
soever they side, soever Isaiah. I think soever they.
And I wonder if this ARP thing works here. ARP command. I'm really experimenting doing things for the first time with you here now, so I don't know how this will turn out.
I think soever they.
No, that was bad, wasn't it? All right, we might just.
I think soever they side. Soever,
Oh, that one has to go.
Think so every side, so ever music. Think so every side, ever music. Think so every side, so ever music. Think so every.
What was I thinking more here? Maybe we can just, maybe I'll just, you know, take the easy way out. Drop diffuse on there.
Think so every side, so ever.
Turn the mix down. And if I open this one, I guess, yeah. This is quite nice. You have the mix here and you press it and you see, okay, 1K 00 is no, 1KFF is full. So let's
think so every side, so ever music.
This one, let's make that full or almost full. No. One.
Think so every side, so ever music. Think so every side, so ever music. Think so every side, so ever music. Think so every side, so ever music.
This makes no sense, does it?
I think so ever.
Well, I think it's safe to say that this vocal sample doesn't add much to the actual track, to the project, but it covers everything I wanted to talk about, and I will go ahead and upload this project on Patreon. If you want to get it, you can download it. All these, you know, even if you don't have Serum, I have. I will grab the whole thing so that it's a sample. You will get the samples, and yeah, you know, maybe you will do something much better with this vocal sample, or just leave it out. Anyway, this was the video. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed it. I surely did, and I hope that you learned something. See you in the next video.